Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever just had one of those heavy metal days? So, this past weekend at the Alabama Bourbon Drop, I had a couple options. One of them is I had to get a Blanton's for my brother-in-law, Dwayne. He took so much good care. He took such good care of me, so much good care of me, but such good care of me. When he won a number at the June lottery, the second lottery of the year in Alabama, he got me a Jack Daniel's 10, a Jack Daniel's 12, paid cost for it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Absolutely appreciate it. So I had to get a Blanton's. That was my goal, is to get a Blanton's. And on top of that, they had Blackened Cask Strength. And if you don't know, Blackened is a celebrity whiskey. It's from Metallica. So I was like, okay, I've got some celebrity whiskeys, but I haven't seen a Cask Strength. This is volume 4, if I remember right. Yep, volume 4, limited edition, coming in 120.6 proof, or 20.8 proof. And it says remastered by Dave Pickrell. So I haven't had their normal blend yet, but anytime you get in that 120 proof range, you're kind of talking to me. It's something I haven't seen a lot of. So I said, this might be my gig. So let me get into that and see what that's all about. Also, the lottery numbers came out for the September lottery. Did not get a number. A friend of mine did, Jeremy, congratulations. There's a few other guys I'm seeing that are posting their numbers. Very happy for you guys. I hope you guys get some amazing bottles. Still be, depending on what's on the list, I may be looking at walk-up for September. So looking to see what they post for the list, see if it's worth the walk-up. Last time I was there, I got a couple of really nice bottles. Got a Old Ezra 7-year rye. Got that Antique 107 store pick. So there were some nice things that came out of that for a walk-up. Top of that, if you know, you know, working on the samples for the blind kits coming up. Got a couple blind kits out to people already. Jesus Ortega, and then we got one for Mad at Whiskey Wisdom. Working up some others, working up some for Major Zero, working up some for Baker Drinks. There's a couple more people that I'm working on some stuff for too. But there's also the intent of adding to the 5 bottles over here a sample pack with some blinds in it for someone that is randomly, we'll have the drawing on Friday. 6 people will have their names drawn. You meet the continental US over 21. You're a subscriber. You're on that 1,000 subscriber video. In the comments, you put that key phrase or keyword, you're eligible. And the intent is to do this Friday night. I'll be in Florida, but I'm hoping to hop on with Mad at Whiskey Wisdom, draw some names, and then post it on Saturday if you don't happen to see it live on Friday night. So looking forward to that. So let's get into the Blackened. So I don't know much about it. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that do. Even though this bottle has had a few pours out of it, I haven't tried it yet. Now, a member of the channel, That Muffin Man, I actually opened it for him the day of the drop. I was meeting him to pick up another bottle and pick up some samples, giving him some samples. And I'm like, hey, I got this. And I said, I'll get you a sample. He says, I've got a sample kit right here. I'm like, dude, let's do this. So was able to get him a sample. My wife's uncle Jimmy had his 90th birthday. My brother-in-law, who takes awesome care of me, I was like, I'm going to get him a sample. So 2 samples have already been out of this, and I haven't even tried it yet. But I said, you know what? Let's try it. Because there's some thoughts on this. Number one, how good is this? It was an $80 bottle. Is the juice worth the squeeze? And then, looking at a celebrity showdown, I've got a few different bottles, specifically from musicians that I'd love to do a blind on. Who has the best celebrity whiskey? Looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and get into the Blackened here and see what we've got. I get a little cinnamon and oak right on the nose on that. Getting a little bit of ethanol, but not a huge burn. Coat this glass up a little bit. See what we got. Kind of getting like a little bit of a raisin in there, some cinnamon in there, the oak in there. Getting a little bit of a burnt sugar on this as well, so that's very interesting right off the bat. I describe these as fingers all the time, lots of deep, rich, thin fingers of oil coming down. Some people prefer saying it's got nice long legs. I am not opposed to saying that. This has some nice long legs to it. So very interesting there. Kind of just a golden color, not super, super dark. So I'm getting the oak, a little bit of burnt sugar, cinnamon, maybe some raisin on there. Let's see what we got on the palate. So I get the rush of a nice sweet bourbon up front. But I'm getting some pepper on the tongue and a little bit of burn through here for 120 proof, which is something I don't really get a whole lot. Oh, and this was done in some brandy casks. So I did not realize that it's finished in some brandy casks. So now I'm understanding where I'm getting a lot of this sweet from. So I don't know much about the mash bill on this, because I almost feel like I'm getting some rye, because I'm getting a lot of pepper right up front. But I don't know if it's so much the pepper or the rye right up front, or if this is just more of a younger spirit. Let's go back into it. A lot of times you'll be able to tell on second or third sip, is this more of an expression of flavor or an expression of youth? So let's see what we got here. See, I almost get like a mintiness, which reminds me more of a rye than I would kind of a bourbon. I'm getting a little bit of drying on the tongue now from the oak. Do get some of that sweet rum that I'm kind of getting on there on the expression on there, which is nice. So the second sip isn't so hard on the chest. Like I said, it's not burning me up anywhere. Could have been just the first sip of the day, coming in 120.8 proof. I almost got a little whiff of chocolate in there too. So I am liking this more and more as I drink it. It does have a sweetness to it, but I am getting but it's not in the chest. It's strange. I'm getting more on the tongue. So on the palate, I'm getting a bit of spice on here, which I like. It's neat. You get the sweet, then you get the spice right off the bat. It's got about a medium finish, not an overly long finish to it. I'm getting that cinnamon note through it. Yeah, but this is really spicy on the tongue. Like I said, not on the back of the palate, but it's kind of spicy. I don't know if that's that rum component. Maybe it's just super, maybe it's younger than what I've been drinking lately. But it's not burning up the chest, but it is spicy on the tongue. It's got a good mouthfeel. Does have a little bit of a buttery, savory, and then herbal quality to it towards the back of the palate. I am getting into it. I'm getting into this a little bit more. It almost has like a cinnamon oatmeal raisin type of thing going on. There's a little bit of earthiness to it. nose, I swear I'm getting some chocolate, but I'm not getting that to come through on the palate at all. And as soon as I say that, I get a little chocolate on the palate. So this kind of reminds me of kind of like an oatmeal raisin cookie with some cinnamon and maybe just some chocolate chips thrown in for clicks and giggles. The more I get into this, the more I'm liking it. The rum, which was really present on the first couple of sips from the cask, is dying down a little bit. The pepperiness is dying down a little bit. Almost got like a little bit of another dark fruit, like a little bit of a fig on this too. So this is interesting. So I'm getting some more things out of it, which I like. It shows some complexity in it. I am, like I said, I'm getting a little more of the chocolate now. Cinnamon, oatmeal, raisin, getting some dryness on the back. Just a touch of tobacco on the back I'm getting with this as well. Definitely enjoying this pour. 120.8 proof. It's a nice cask strength. I believe I'm really starting to dig this a little bit. And at 80 bucks, you know, I could see that price point. I'm not disappointed with it at all. Is it something I'm probably going to run out and grab again? Well, I'm going to let it open up a little bit more and come back to it in a couple of months. But I'm not disappointed in the bottle at 80 bucks. I'll give you that. I'm interested to see how this does in the celebrity kind of square off. I think it's a good bottle. I think it's very interesting. And it's probably got more of a medium long finish because this is still finishing and I'm chewing on this a little bit more. So it's getting a little more character as it goes. Yeah, the more I chew on this and the more I sip on this, the better I like this. Now I feel like I can get a little bit of a banana too. So a lot of different things going on in this. It's unfolding at different levels. I like that. I like it was sweet up front. I thought it was a little spicy right off the bat, but it's really seemed to kind of tone that down now. Mouthfeel seems better now. Finish is a little bit longer than original. I think it's a good bottle for 80 bucks. Has anybody else had any of the other volumes? I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the original Blackened. I think there's a Blackened Rye out there, and kind of get your thoughts. Now that Muffin Man, I think he sent me something where he tasted it the other day. I'll look back through my text and I'll kind of see what his review was, just to kind of see where we're at on things, because he's got a fantastic palate too. So looking forward to that. Weather permitting, headed down to the beach this weekend. For all those people in Florida, I hope and pray your families are safe right now. You know, I know Brian Peddle down there, or I'm probably messing up his name again. I think it's Brian Petty. I hope you and your family are safe down there. I hope things are okay. I know that you're kind of like right in the path of everything. I hope all the families stay safe. I hope it's not as bad as kind of we're seeing kind of through the news right now. Hope you get some relief. But good bottle. Wouldn't shy away from it. I'm going to give it another month or so, let it open up a little more and come back to it to see if this is something I would go back and buy. But right now I'm not disappointed. I hope you all have an amazing day, an upcoming Labor Day weekend. Looking forward to that. God bless.